Fora TV. The world is thinking.
The next 2 days, citizens, we argued and debated the proper wording of our Declaration of American Independence. Indeed, the work of the committee was not completed. In fact, Mr. John Trumbull of Connecticut has suggested a very fine painting to be made of heroic theme. The work of the committee now being handed over, if you will, to the work of the Congress. Heroic indeed to reflect that though the Congress provided their opinions, provided, if you will, their compromises, the work is now in your hands. I was offended that my document was somewhat mutilated, emasculated, that certain grievances were considered of great controversy, particularly my reference to the king is decidedly a tyrant for ignoring our petitions to end the importation of slaves, for waging cruel war against a people who never did him any harm. Other concerns that the Almighty had not been referred to as often as should many desire. And so therefore, one of the very first sentences in the Declaration was altered to become indeed not only the laws of nature, but of nature's God. The recognition that as the second paragraph begins, we hold these truths to be sacred and undeniable. That yes, they are sacred, and that everyone has their own various opinion upon it, and therefore let these truths simply be self-evident. No, the Declaration in three bodies: the first, the prologue; the second, to be our united agreement upon our grievances; and lastly, the epilogue. I've always considered the epilogue to be the most important because that seals the contract, particularly that last sentence. The last sentence, which reads, "And in support of this declaration, as I originally wrote it, in support of this declaration, we mutually pledge to each other," and that was objected to. Let us realize in the sanctity of this compact, in the recognition of maintaining, protecting, and defending our natural rights, we cannot ignore from whom those rights flow. And therefore, that last line was altered definitively, and particularly for the future to realize. And in support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor.